ask you guys a few questions, answer it, as much as or little as you want, and then we'll go from there. First off, so I guess open floor. What got you into Rocket League? When did you start playing? What really drew you to the game? Why are you guys so involved with Rocket League and collegiate?
Wanna go first, Tyler?
Sure. Well, I started playing. I was a high school soccer player, so I mean, everyone was playing either that or FIFA at the time, and
Yeah,
I wasn't a big FIFA person,
I'd
so
imagine the pipeline is pretty narrow
yeah,
for that. Yeah.
yeah. So got into Rocket League early on, like 2018. Uh, and then yeah, I mean, I just kept playing. Saw we had a collegiate team. Came here at 2020. Saw we had a collegiate team. Decided to join it. Made C team and then B team, and then after that I became the manager.
Sweet.
So, yeah,
Hey, a constant rise, really.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Josher, what about you? What's your story?
Oh, so Rocket League came out for free on the PlayStation in 2015. My friends were like, "Yo, we need a goalie. Hop in the net."
Yeah.
But we didn't know at that time. We weren't supposed to do that. But anyway, so I quit the game for a bit. I came back in like season 4, and then I didn't make the high school soccer team. So Tyler got farther than me, which is like, how's that even
Wow.
happen, Tyler? Yeah, it did me. Then I started playing Rocket League a ton.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I come home from school. I would sleep all day, or no, I would sleep all day in school. Then I
Yeah.
come home and play Rocket League.
Yeah. A
That
true
was
gamer.
Hmm?
A true gamer,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I have dreams when I'm the
Really?
car. Yeah. Anyways, let's not get far into that.
Yeah,
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 so
we'll
then
nip that in the bud
That's
there.
when I
Yeah.
started playing a bunch.
Sweet. So you've been playing since what, 2015 more or less?
Yeah.
Tyler, what about you? You said like 2018 or something?
Yeah.
Sweet. So you
around
guys both have a good, half decade or more in the game. So I guess going into the next question, you've been playing this game for half a decade or not more or more. How many hours do you guys have? Do you know off the top of your head? Is like in Steam you can see how many hours per game. Is there something similar in Rocket League?
I know
Mhm.
I have around 4,000. He has.
Yeah.
8,000.
8,000
I
hours.
think you have 10,000 almost.
Do you have like Smurf accounts or something that you play on?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
of course.
I started on PlayStation, so that didn't count my hours.
Yeah.
I got up to like Diamond. I want it's Diamond or Champ 2 on PlayStation, which would be like top like 20% or something. So
Mhm.
I don't know how many hours that takes, but yeah,
So you grinded it out on PlayStation, and then you switched to PC.
yeah. So 8,000 on PC, and then I lost track of everything else.
So what's your peak rank that you've gotten in Rocket League? Like the best rank you've gotten,
Like top 24.
like in the world, or like
For
in
NA,
NA.
yeah,
Sweet,
yeah.
sweet. Tyler, what about you?
Well, it doesn't. It does
Like team.
global.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about for
Like-
LCS?
Yeah, placement's top 24, but I guess I get top 100 in rank sometimes, just depending on the
Sweet.
playlist. But rank doesn't matter that much.
We got a
Yeah.
certified sweat in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Tyler? What's your best rank? Do you even want to say it? Are you too embarrassed or something?
Like Grand Champ too.
All right. Well,
yeah.
you're in luck. I have no perspective where that means. You could be like top 200 in the world for all I care, based on what I know.
No,
Far from
it's
that?
like top 2%.
Hey, that's better than nothing.
Husky wants me to do a side swipe flex, but I will refrain from doing
Yeah,
that.
hold off on that for now. We got a little bit
Yeah.
more to get through. Moving on in the questions. For both of you, I guess we'll start with Josh. What's been the highest point in your like Rocket League career, either collegiate or like personally? Just like if you looked at everything you've done in Rocket League, what's like the crowning achievement so far?
I think going to lands is the most fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Like as a sport or an esport.
So is there a land that like particularly sticks out to you? I know you guys have a few trophies in our cabinet. Is there like one that really stuck out, like maybe like the first one you won, or like the most like epic comeback or something? Like if you had to pinpoint like one land that really sticks with you, what would it be? The first one that comes to mind.
I think Myrtle Beach is probably the one I did the best at in terms
Yeah.
of like prize pool and stuff. Because yeah, the drive down there was super long, so maybe I should
believe
like
it.
knock it down because that was kind of
I was
annoying.
gonna say, what about the national championship? You literally played in the
Oh.
national championship.
That was
at Nova.
fun, but like we didn't play well.
Okay, but you were still a top 4 team in all of CRL. at
That's a
the
long time ago. That doesn't count.
How long
Oh,
ago?
okay, my bad.
Like 4 years ago.
4 years. I mean,
3 or
that's
4 years.
what, before COVID or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Okay.
guy before
yeah.
it.
Before COVID, post COVID, right?
Yeah.
Tyler, what about you? What's like the best part of your like Rocket League career so far?
Just being able to like travel with the boys. I mean, being able to go to all these lands and like seeing how they perform and stuff
Yeah.
definitely is the fun part. I agree, Myrtle was definitely like one of the top lands we went to. In terms of winning, the venue. The venue was insane. It was at a what was it? Like a cafe place.
Like a restaurant place. They kept dancing every hour.
It was
What?
very interesting.
South Carolina.
But yeah, it was hosted by Shenandoah. They had teams there like Northeastern, Syracuse, lots of the Carolina schools.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it was dope.
Were you guys one of the like schools that came from the farthest? Like obviously Nova Myrtle Beach, that's what like sits out
One
or
of
something.
the furthest, Northeastern. It was either Northeastern or Syracuse, 'cause I know they're. I
Damn.
mean, they're obviously
Yeah.
like in the New England area. One of them flew, and the other one did a 14-hour drive. I think is what they
That's
said.
mental.
Which, yeah, no, I.
Power to them. Did they at least like place well, or did they just get like botted out in
No,
like last place?
so I think it was Syracuse that said they did the 14-hour drive, and
Yeah.
they finished like so top 4 got prizing. They get like 5th, 6th area.
Damn.
It was
That's rough.
I felt bad for the boys, especially 'cause we've gone up against them in like CRL quals as well as like CCA opens and stuff
Yeah.
like that a good amount of times.
Do
So.
you guys have any lands on the horizon that you're going to be attending? I know you guys recently got back from the Q Fest, which we'll touch on in a minute. But is there anything else like in the next month, maybe 2 months in this current season that you guys are focusing on?
Yeah, so there's the MAC LAN, which I have full confidence that we're gonna win that.
Yeah.
There is Game Mason, which is gonna be this upcoming spring, which is gonna be Battle of Virginia, which we talked about. I do believe we are the best team in Virginia. The only other team that could compete, I believe, is like Virginia Tech or Vespa.
They haven't beat us though.
Well, we've never played them. That's the thing. So
Oh,
I
well,
don't
I
know.
played them before. They wouldn't beat us.
Bro's
He's
got the con-
confident.
yeah,
He's
got the
confident.
confidence.
My
That's what
bad. I
matters,
didn't
yeah.
know your game.
You
like
have
that.
faith in your
Sorry,
players for once,
sorry.
please.
No, I think it would be I think it would be cool to finally like be able to play them, 'cause they've the teams that have made CRL in Virginia are Vespa's made it, or Virginia Tech in the
Yeah.
past. UVA made it 1 year. They've fallen off though. Nova made it when you were on the team. Nova has a decent player now, which I'm trying to see if he wants to, come over to GMU.
Mm.
But yeah, I think we'd still win that for sure. And the other one is Virginia Wesleyan. They host one called, I actually don't know what it's called, but they Virginia Wesleyan hosts one around the same time as Game Mason. I actually did check. They're hosting it February 18th and 19th, and Game Mason is going to be the 23rd.
Wow.
So
Pretty close, or what, back to back?
yeah. So, I see we have Caribou in the chat who goes to UTA. Yeah, no, wrong Arlington there, buddy. But yeah, no.
So you got a few things on the horizon.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Pretty confident about all of them for the most part.
Virginia Wesleyan, I'd like to see who they're bringing in. I think they are bringing in schools like IRSC, who we've faced in the past. They're a really solid team. King is really solid now. So if it's schools like that, I think it would be like really good competition. We'll see how we do. But I have full confidence in us being able to go down there.
That's all that matters. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to go anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's perfect. Because I actually wanted to ask you guys, what's your favorite thing about Rocket League? Like, I guess you guys can each answer. Like, it can be the esports side of things. It could be in game. I don't know what what is it like? It's like a high five in midair or something. Whatever. When like the cars bump in midair. I don't know. What's like your? You can have a few seconds to think about it. But what's like your favorite thing when you think of Rocket League? It's like this is what I love about the game, right?
Me personally, I think the game is dying.
Cap. How's it dying?
I mean, they haven't added anything. They've been talking about adding Unreal Engine 5 for the past couple years now, and they haven't given us any update on it. So, I don't know. The game's kind of dying in a way. My favorite, I don't pay attention to the game whatsoever anymore. I mean, it's like I said, it's dying.
Yeah.
Esports side of it, I think it's has a lot of potential. This year, or this off season we're going into, like every team is splitting up right now. Like
Really?
there's
So
not
just
a
like a massive
single
shuffle?
there's not a single North American team that's staying together. There's maybe one Europe team that's staying together. And I mean, I would think that has to do with Team Vitality, who just completely swept the past couple of months of Rocket League. They didn't lose a single regional, major, or world championship. They won all of it.
Just straight dominance.
And they won it because they picked up the best player, and after that, it was literally just wraps.
Like everything just clicked, and it's like, oh, we're the best team in the world now.
Yeah. So,
Dang.
and no one could even compete. There was maybe one team that was able to take a series off them, but then they just went through lowers and then killed it. So I think that's causing a lot of teams to be like, yeah, we can't compete with these guys unless we actually change rosters.
Yeah, like
so.
reconsider like how they want to run their team, kind of.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so we'll see what happens. I'm excited for the esport for this upcoming. So what they're doing is they are deciding to hold off on any esports competition until 2024, which is something new because what they've always done is a fall split, winter split, spring split, and then world championship.
Yeah.
And fall split would have started by now, 100%. The thing is, they're deciding not to do anything until 2024. And they're doing a lot of off-season tournaments. So there's like 1v1 tournaments. They're doing what's it called, woman tournaments. So
They're really branching out, trying to capture more instead of just a standard 3v3 that Rocket League has played, right?
Yeah, they're trying to like add some spice to it.
Yeah.
Make the off season not as boring, obviously, because they know they have to wait a couple months, which I don't know if that's because of money reasons or.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
How is the game dying if the viewership is up for the World Championship?
I say the esports side of it isn't dying. I think the actual gameplay wise, it's becoming like
stale in
yeah,
a way.
It hasn't
yeah,
changed
exactly.
since it came out.
Huh?
Hasn't changed since it came out.
In a way, but I think people are just so frustrated with Unreal Engine 5 not being released that it's seen a decline in gameplay, I'd say.
Do you think that although the viewership may be increasing, the player count, I don't know what player count is like for Rocket League, maybe it's
They hide it now. It
really
used to be
Yeah,
public for
no,
years,
they did.
but now it's good, better, or great. There's no negative.
damn.
Yeah.
That's kind of scummy.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying, do you think I lost my train of thought.
Yep.
But it's okay. We'll just move on then. There's this thing that might have happened recently. You guys might know about. It's called Hue Fest. Is there anything you guys want to touch on that or maybe bring
Yeah.
up?
Yeah,
Discuss
so-
it a little bit.
Do you want to talk about your experience first?
Yeah, so we went to a LAN that had a lot of good teams, and we did poorly. So then, yeah, because and then
To the
after
point.
our first scrim afterwards, I was like, all right, it's not cool. I was screaming every comment possible. I was like a machine gun, and we started playing well. So my strat is just to scream everything.
Hey, I mean, if you don't have energy, then you're not playing well, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's you're on the right track. So what exactly happened? It was Harrisonburg University in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Harrisburg.
Harrisburg, sorry. I'm thinking of JMU. So it's an invitational. I heard that some teams flew in. They also had a prize pool controversy.
Yeah, so
at
I
some
can,
point.
I can talk about that.
Yeah, just briefly cover it.
So the teams that were invited, let's go down the list: West Virginia, St. Edwards, Maryville, Ole Miss, IRSC, ISU, us, Cumberland, Converse, UTA, and that's where I start forgetting who else.
Yeah.
Was there.
GMU.
I already
Well,
said
yeah.
us, yeah.
Oh.
But anyways,
the
it
notable
was a
teams.
lot of good teams there. Teams like Fisher did back out
Mhm.
because of the money reason. So in previous years, I forgot what the prize pool was, but it was either 5,000 or 10,000
Wow.
for the entire prize pool for that game.
Yeah.
And they have 3 games there. So this year, I think they brought in Valorant, where before, so Caribou said it was 10K. So they had Overwatch. They recently dropped their Overwatch team. And so they brought in a Valorant team, who I don't think their Val team did that great, to be honest.
Home soil too. That's the
Yeah, I
stinger.
don't think only one that may have done decent was League of Legends. I forget.
So it was
But they're
it was a lead Valorant and Rocket League tournament.
Yeah. So and the cool thing was they had everyone all in the same room together at the same time. So what
Okay.
they did is they had Rocket League in the room at all times. And then they had Val in from like 9 to 12, and then League in from or it was like 9 to 11, and then League in from what was it? Like 1 to 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they would swap it.
Okay.
And so but thankfully it was very well organized. I know in previous years, like last year, it was very bad in terms of how it was ran because they brought in outside TOs who didn't really understand. As well as there were also CRL quals going on at the same time,
Yeah.
and they were telling us last year hey, CRL quals I know are at the same time, but you guys can play the CRL quals and do Hue Fest at the same time. We'll allow it. And then the outside TOs were like, no, what's CRL quals? So they basically
Wow.
yelled at teams to play the game. And they were very rude, is what I heard.
Damn.
So yeah, it was bad. And the Final Four for Rocket League got completely simulated. And so they just gave a random team the winning.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's not how you run a tournament.
Yeah.
Do you guys think there will be another one? And if there is another one, do you think you'd attend regarding or just after all this stuff?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, that's why.
It's like a staple of your calendar, kind
Well,
of.
that was last year.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
This
okay.
year, 100%
Yeah.
smooth. Like no one had any issues. We weren't there for the finals. We did leave a little early just so we can go back and do our homework, just
Yeah.
because we didn't make top 4.
That's fair.
But
School-
yeah, during the actual group stage, it was very smooth. TOs were great.
During the lunchtime, so like they had these huge platters of cookies, right?
Yeah.
These were good cookies. And one of our players was like, I don't want sandwiches, just give me cookies. He got like 5 of those things. We're just chowing on cookies
Yeah.
for lunch.
That's nutritious, definitely. What
Yeah.
kind were they? Chocolate chip, raisin, oatmeal?
Chocolate chip. Raisin oatmeal, disgusting.
Hey, some people, some people like
Dude.
them. Like all soft and gooey and everything. Hey, they kind of hit a spot when you're in the
But
mood
there's
for them, of
raisins
course.
in them, though.
Husky.
Well, but you can't really taste the raisins.
Why do you want...
Anyways.
What? If you
Uh,
can't taste the raisins, just get chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Well,
let's
I'm not saying chocolate chip is
Okay.
like. Hey,
Yeah.
this is the entire point. I'm not saying chocolate chip is bad. Chocolate chip is the uncontested goat of cookies. But a soft, warm, out of the oven oatmeal raisin, it kind of slaps sometimes.
No. Sugar
Sometimes.
Cookies. Sugar
Do you
cookies.
like
Alright.
sugar cookies?
You can't taste the raisin, but
You can't?
no,
Then why do you care if it's raisin?
because it's the oatmeal that the texture and it
Just
just
eat
works
oatmeal,
together.
bro.
I'm not eating
Keep
oatmeal. I want a
oatmeal-
cookie
All right,
oatmeal.
back on
Oatmeals and
topic.
cookies are separate. They're separate. Oatmeals are not cookies. Please.
Well, with that hot take being said, I just want to wrap up this segment with one last question for you guys. I guess you've been playing Rocket League for so long. I'm assuming you guys have a bit more left in the tank. Get it, right? But what's your ultimate goal in Rocket League? Like, if you're the manager, you're a player, but for either of you guys, what do you eventually want to have on your resume when you stop playing Rocket League?
I'd say our goal is at least just to make CRL. Especially with all the good teams, we just want to be able to prove ourselves. I feel like we come just short every time. Last fall, we lost to Kennesaw in the qualifying match. When we had Krasix, which was really disappointing. We thought we were definitely a top team that could make it. And then last spring was it last spring? Yeah, we lost to Stockton,
Yeah.
and that was also very disappointing.
They made Worlds, did they not?
They made Worlds,
Yeah,
so it's like,
unlucky.
Yeah. What are you gonna do, right?
yeah, I know. And it's funny because you look at, I cope because you look at all the other groups and it's like, how did some of these teams make it?
Yeah, you would have had an easy sweep in some other
Yeah,
groups.
no, there was one group where it was like the top 2 teams in the group DQ'd, and so
Wow.
yeah, it was. I
It's
mean,
like a
there's nothing they
layup
can
for
do.
them.
Like the
Yeah.
Cedars can't do anything about it. Like they're not gonna know,
You just,
obviously.
you just gotta play what's in front of you. Do you guys think that
Yeah.
in this? I'm assuming that you guys have a ramp up period, and then this season you'll have another chance to qualify to CRL.
This
I think-
weekend.
Yeah.
Is-
So
oh,
there's-
really?
It's
Okay.
this upcoming weekend as well as next weekend. The first qualifier, we're gonna have like hopes, obviously, but you got teams like Northwood, Fisher, St. Clair, like a lot of the top dogs in it. And while I think we can compete, I think it will be tough. We'll see what happens, but overall, like we're working for both quals
Okay.
either way.
sweet.
So
Well, good luck, boys. You guys,
Thank
you know,
you.
you're gonna. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think you'll need it, but doesn't
yeah.
hurt, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Moving on, let's cover some esports general news. We always do this every week, and this week is no different. We got some interesting topics. I think we have 4 we want to cover. Mr. Producer, can we switch that over real quick, please? So starting off, I don't know if any of you guys knew that Apex Legends had like a competitive scene. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard of it. I don't follow it. But the what is it called? Energy, the world famous esports org. They had a CS team at one point. That's all I know about them. They apparently had an Apex Legends team, and they dropped it. I guess
Yeah.
from what I was reading, it was pressured, or the decision was sort of made because of EA's actions and sort of anti I don't think they were a collegiate team, but it's just anti org practices.
I heard about Apex,
Yeah,
just in general, just not being
it's really falling
having
apart.
a lot of tournaments. I mean, after that Madden situation, which was really sad. For those that don't know, there was a shooting at a Madden tournament. And for that reason, EA decided to start
like cracking
cracking
down.
especially because it is a shooter game.
Yeah.
I feel like that's another reason they don't want to actually get into it. Because of that shooting.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know if it was if Energy left because of Apex or if they're leaving because I do know as a whole esports orgs in general are starting to back out
Yeah.
because of where esports is at right now.
The venture capital, we touched on this a bit last episode, but like the venture capital that is essentially printing money to fund these teams and these sponsorships and these players, it's kind of drying up. The investors are like, hey, when are we going to start making money? And then orgs are like, well, we can't make money. We're in the negative. We've been in the negative for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
And then so they're like, well, where do we start cutting expenses? And I guess Apex Legends doesn't have that big of a competitive scene. If you're an org like Energy, I don't know what other teams they have. I'd imagine I think they have a COD spot.
So they have a Rocket League team. They've had what was considered a top Rocket League team like maybe a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They recently started to like not perform that well. And so one of their players left, and it is rumored that another one of their players is leaving.
Team's just falling apart.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see because at one point this team was the best team in the world, and now it's like,
yeah,
damn,
fall from grace, really.
Yeah. So
well,
I don't know if it's Energy as a whole or if it's a Apex thing.
Yeah,
but you never know.
I would imagine it's a combination of the two.
Yeah.
Like Energy sort of looking at what they have and what they can cut, like trim the excess fat in a way, and then EA just the way I wanted to say it was like EA just making it unprofitable, uncompetitive, like just sort of nuking the Apex scene in the process. And as a byproduct of that, orgs are like, hey, we don't want to be a part of this anymore, so they're starting to pull out.
Yeah.
But if you play Apex Legends, be the change you want to see in the world. Play the game. Tell the orgs you want to be on their team. Maybe Apex can have a comeback, but for now, we'll leave this one in the dust, just like their competitive scene. Let's move on to the next topic, I guess. This one, I'm not going to pretend to know much about League. I know Shopify.
Yeah.
Apparently they have a Valorant team, which we'll be touching on shortly. But the world famous TSM roster for League of Legends, multiple time world champions, I think, back in their heyday. Has some of the best players in the world. I might be getting everything wrong, but that's kind of what I know about it. They sold their League spot. And if you aren't familiar, League is a franchise system, so you pay it into their tournaments and their system and their ecosystem. And in doing so, you get to play against other franchise members, such as Cloud9, such as formerly CLG, and stuff like that. And so to have a spot, it's an asset. To sell it sort of throws up the red flags. Do you guys have any input? Does TSM have a Rocket League team? Do you think what do you make of this, I guess?
TSM used to have a Rocket League team. When they left, like they just don't compete anymore.
Yeah, they used to have one that was actually winning lands at one point.
Yeah, but that was like 2018.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I know with Valorant, Riot, to get a Valorant franchising spot is really hard. And that's run by Riot too.
Yeah, isn't there only like 30 spots for like? I don't know if you guys know, but I think I remember reading somewhere that like there's like a feeder ecosystem, like a sort of grassroots thing. But if you're not in like the top 30 and you buy a franchise spot, you can't even like compete in like main tournaments. And there's like really no pathway up. I don't even know if there's relegation or anything. But just another example of the esports ecosystem changing. If you guys don't follow League, I don't know why you would. What? I mean, I'm just speaking facts. But yeah, so Shopify of their online e-commerce store fame. Actually, one time I tried to make a Shopify store. I was trying to sell like snacks and stuff. You ever heard of like drop shipping?
Yeah.
I was trying to do that. It didn't go anywhere. Don't look it up. I totally don't have anything like that.
God.
But yeah, apparently the rumor on the road is that they bought the spot from TSM for like $10 million to buy into the League ecosystem. That's a lot of money. You can buy a lot of houses with that. A lot of Rocket League. But
yeah, no, I was my roommate is the Shopify head coach for Rocket League, and we were talking to him last night about it, and he was like telling us about like like Shopify's joining League. They're doing something for Valorant as well, is what I saw.
Yeah, we'll be touching on that shortly. Yeah.
Yeah, with the Moist. But yeah, no, it's cool to look at. Shopify as an org getting involved a lot more. Because I saw, obviously, I know Rocket League. Other than that, I'm not familiar with any of their other games. I think it does say on there. Yeah, it says yet another title to add to our roster that already boosts.
Yeah.
Valorant, StarCraft, Dota 2, Halo, and Rocket League. So
okay,
yeah.
So they're supporting some of like
So
the more like.
I think
sports,
Shopify is like actually it's gonna be one of the top orgs going into it because. They got money.
Their position, they as a massive e-commerce business, I'd imagine. It's like if Amazon was just like, we're gonna start an esports team, right? But I mean, it's nice to see that more broad interests instead of just like a homegrown team are getting into it. It's nice to see more like corporate influence, I'd imagine, but it also comes with some like, do we really want like an Amazon? Imagine if like Walmart excuse my profanity, but like an esports team, right? That's just kind of weird to think about. Usually
Yeah.
it's more like, oh, we made this from our basement and we grew it over the last 10 years. But people just buying into spots and buying into a good roster or something, it's a little bit I don't know, a little bit.
I'm just thinking
Yeah.
about it now. Walmart as a as an esport. No, because
Walmart Rocket League.
imagine you're looking at the finals and it's like, we have Shopify versus Walmart in the grand final.
Like, what am I watching?
Or no, we have Target versus Walmart. Like, dude,
Dude, that would be a fire matchup. Imagine the grudge match on that, right?
I think Target takes that one.
Oh, for sure. Because the Walmart are just Walmart players. Target, they got the bougie players, right?
Oh,
true.
But it's nice to see Shopify expanding. Hopefully they expanded some more realms like Call of Duty, maybe CS. I'm not, crossing my fingers, but it'd be nice to see if they gave a bit more love to some of the other esports. But this is definitely a much welcome first step.
Yeah.
With that being said, I think we covered all the lead stuff. I really don't want to talk about it anymore. It's not really my favorite esport. Have I shown my league bias at all recently? But yeah, let's keep going. Let's move along. And then actually, I think the next topic
Yeah, as we were talking about earlier with
you brought this
the
up
Moist
recently.
Shopify collaboration.
So everyone's favorite streamer of chess fame or something. I honestly don't follow streams too much, but Ludwig Adren, I guess, he is co-owner or in some form involved with the whole Moist Esports. Charlie Moist Critical's little darling baby. They have a Valorant team, and I guess they just merged with Shopify again to create the best Valorant team in the GD world.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys fill in with your imagination what GD means, but they said, say hello to MXS, which stands for Moist Times Spotify. Do any of you guys recognize any of those players?
Is it Spotify or Shopify?
Sorry, you caught me.
Shopify.
Yeah, Shopify.
Okay.
They're really close.
See, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't follow the
Valorant
scene at all. Josh, I know you do. Do you?
Yeah. So with DSG, so Disguised Toast, like Ludwig and like Moist Critical were all getting involved in like the Valorant Tier 2 teams.
Yeah.
And even though their teams weren't super good, they had like big followings.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for a Tier 1 team to try and like piggyback off that success a bit and make their team more popular.
Okay, that makes because like I look at Moist Esports on Twitter, they have like 200,000, 300,000 followers, and it's like some of the best teams. What team made the Valorant World Championship? Like Paper Rex or something? Like an Asian team? They probably have like 100,000 if that, right? But maybe I'm saying that short. I really didn't look at it.
Paper X is popular. I think the other team that was in the finals.
EG.
Yeah, EG.
Yeah, they got like 1 million followers. But followers on everything, it's really what you can do in the server. So I guess obviously we aren't terribly familiar with this, but do you guys have any indications on what this might mean for the Valorant scene? Like, just buying a spot, buying a team?
I think just in general, rather than just Valorant, I think in general it's a smart move because, as Joshua was saying, it's like you're combining a top org with someone that's popular, and so it will it's kind of like the Sentinels thing, where it's like who's their streamer?
Terror, Shroud,
or Tens.
Tens is on the Valorant team.
Yeah, so it's like you have someone that's extremely popular that's with an org. Obviously Sentinels kind of fell off.
Yeah.
But I think that's just smart to have have a team that's overall decent or really good with a top streamer. Like for Rocket League, when NRG was near the top, they had a YouTuber named Musty, and he is the top
Rocket League
streamer.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not streamer, but YouTuber.
Yeah.
And so it was a really smart thing that they did, and that's why they are one of the most followed orgs in Rocket League.
Like big in the community. Like if you follow Rocket League, it's like one of the top teams of kind of. Well, I mean, it's certainly a smart move from a business perspective. It's like combining the best of both worlds, money and community. I wish them only the best going forward. I mean, obviously they're streamers and stuff, so they have a bit more of a pulse on how the whole content creation and stuff goes, so they can ideally make it profitable, make it successful. But we'll maybe check up on this in the future. Maybe we'll talk about some of their results in a future episode. But there's one more thing with the recent esports news, which isn't particularly esports.
Oh, God.
It's more like content creator news. But I really wanted to cover this because it was on my trending on Twitter, and
it was on everyone's trending, no matter what platform you're on.
All right, the grand reveal: Aiden Ross brought out Kim Jong-un of North Korean fame in front of 450,000.
Kim Jong-un. We have to put in quotation marks.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So if you have eyes and you're looking at the screen, audio listeners, just trust us on this. That is not Kim Jong-un, man. That is apparently It's a Kim Jong-un lookalike. He has an Instagram and everything. He has like 9,000 followers, probably a bit more after this. So Aiden Ross baited about 500,000 people on his stream on Kick, saying, "Oh, we're gonna interview Kim Jong-un." First off, how are you that delusional to think that Kim Jong-un would consent to a Discord interview with a NA streamer?
I think everyone already knew that it wasn't real,
Yeah.
but they wanted to see what was happening.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they said it went from like he lost a ton of viewers within the first minute.
Yeah, no, it was literally.
But they were just trying to see what
It's
happened.
a record for the most amount of like viewers lost in a minute on like any stream, as far as I know. Like, imagine 450,000. You see this guy on your screen. It's like
Also
I don't
speaking perfect English.
Yeah, that's the thing.
gosh.
You think Kim Jong-un, well, one, he's a bit more round, and two, he probably doesn't have, good English. He probably, he obviously speaks Korean day to day, so.
He did go to university outside of North Korea.
That's right,
so
yeah.
maybe he does have decent
He was in, like,
English.
London or something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I read up on Kim Jong-un a lot, actually.
Right?
I don't know anything about
Probably
him. So
probably
it's-
top 3 dictators for me, I'll be honest.
He played a
Bro.
perfect game of golf, right?
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so Aiden Ross just lost even more internet cred if he had any left. We don't have a clip of this, but at some point during the Discord call, he invited Andrew Tate on, and Andrew Tate was sitting in his leather chair, smoking a cigar, talking with Kim Jong-un and Aiden Ross, and of course that's a train wreck. I don't even want to bring it up. But yeah, thank you, Drama Alert, Keemstar, staying relevant.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is just a mosh pit of horrible personalities
I
that
know
you don't
it's
want to
like
see on
this,
your Twitter feed.
just hit X on the hit X. Just please hit the X there on the browser. Just get that thing completely off the screen.
It's going down in history for all the wrong ways, right?
Yeah.
But important piece of internet history: Aiden Ross baited 500,000 people with the fake Kim Jong-un. Let us know what you think in the comments. Are you a Kim Jong-un supporter? You shouldn't be. Yeah.
Don't let us know.
Don't let us know. We don't want to know. Keep that private, right? But with that being said, that's all the recent esports news that we wanted to cover. I think we're going to be moving on to some more local news with GMU Esports. Let's start with you guys, local in-house. What's going on? What happened? Obviously we talked about Hugh a little bit. We don't have to cover that again. What's going on in the various leagues you're competing in? What's on the horizon in terms of your matches?
Yeah.
Josher, you haven't been speaking much, man. What's going on with you?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
So with our leagues right now, we're doing NACE, which is like, because we just do it every week. It's kind of a chore, because the teams, like their elo's like so low.
Yeah.
Where we couldn't try to lose, which is not like an egotistical thing. They just can't hit the ball.
It's just a fundamental skill level difference between you guys.
So for example, when we jump for the ball, they jump like 2 seconds later, which I don't know why, but they just do it, and then so we beat them. Then our also other league we're doing. Do we do any other leagues right now, Tyler? Like now?
It's really just NACE. We have MAUC coming up early October. So yeah.
That's a really fun league for the LAN at least.
Yeah. So there's those two. There's CRL quals which are coming up.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's kind of all we got right now.
Are you guys undefeated in the season?
Yeah.
Sweet,
yeah,
sweet.
So.
You guys, I mean, obviously you're trying to stay undefeated. Do you think it's more going to be like a smooth sailing to the playoffs of NACE?
100%.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Usually what there is, it's like I don't even know. It's like
one good
GC,
team kind of.
Yeah, they have like GC ones up until the final match, which then you usually play the hardest team. Like they have the 2 hardest teams play each other.
Yeah.
Even for our group, like I think the hardest team they have us play is Liberty.
Liberty as a team.
Yeah, I didn't even know that actually.
Yeah.
Which that would be cool to invite them to our land that we're doing for Battle of Virginia later on. But yeah, even then it's
more or less uncontested.
Yeah.
Well,
so until playoffs, which playoffs we got Northwood, Fisher, Ball State, Ole Miss, maybe. A lot of the top teams. So it's going to be a pretty easy ride until we get to playoffs. Playoffs is going to be
that's where the real challenge begins.
It's going to be a fight.
All right. Well, thank you guys for covering your Rocket League. Let's move on to some few other things on the horizon for GMU Esports. We got what is that? Bentley. Okay, we got a result for we're going with this right now.
Okay.
Go back. So, upcoming events, matches for us. We got GMU Patriots against Bentley University Rocket League. It's September 26th, 7 p.m. That's what it says right up there. Pretty awesome, right?
So.
So this is just Rocket League.
We usually have we usually have to reschedule our matches to Tuesdays because he has a class on Monday nights.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, even if we put in Justice, we'd be fine. But I still want them just practicing with each other. But yeah, so I think for Rocket League, we have another match next week, Tuesday.
Well, good luck on that. What
Thank
what
you.
other esports do we got, Mr. Producer? What others can we look at? We got Overwatch taking a weird loss to Drexel Dragons. I think they're in Pennsylvania, something like that.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll bounce back. When was that? That was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
We got what else? We got our CS team staying strong.
Let's go.
Massive W. I just want to say this right now. We've played 4 maps in 2 matches. We've lost 8 rounds in total. We've 16-2 to every map.
That's actually crazy.
Like, we're kind of cracked right now. We got a match tonight against Wayne Warriors. I don't know anything about them. They've been asking to play at like 8:15. We're like, nah, we're forcing default. So we'll be playing tonight at 7 p.m. Shameless plug, but you can catch us on this stream right here, GMU Esports, 7 p.m. We're going to have some casters. It's going to be awesome. You'll catch some good CS. We got some cracked players. Moving on. Oh, this is actually the match page. But moving on, we got Stony Brook narrowly defeating our Smash team, our main Smash team.
Watch it last night. It was,
From what I can tell, it was on it was a last stock affair. And Stony Brook is one of the best collegiate Smash teams, to my understanding.
Yeah,
if
they
not
did
the
win
best.
Ace last semester.
So yeah, tough competitions for the Smash team, but according to their manager, they have a pretty layup rest of the season. So we're hoping they can round out and make it to playoffs, maybe surprise us in playoffs or something like that. I don't know when their next match is, but that's okay because I believe their default time is September. Or not September, but every week, so we can catch them probably the 28th, Thursday, 7 p.m. Next match. Let's go Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I don't know they were playing Modern Warfare 2. Our team got smacked a little bit by Shenandoah University. That's okay. As far as I know, Shenandoah is one of the best COD teams in
really
the
good.
area. Nothing to be ashamed of. We'll bounce back. They're already looking forward to the next game, so I got full faith in them. Moving on, we got I think 1 or 2 more we want to cover. We got the COD season ahead of us. Next game, October, 2nd, 4th at 8 p.m. against Cleary Cougars. COD, that's a name and a half. Cleary Cougars. If you go up against the Cougars, like, I don't even know what to say to that, man. That's just rough. Well, we'll wish them the best of luck. You guys send them your luck as well. And I think, are there any other sports we missed? CSGO, Call of Duty, Overwatch. You know what? Let's wrap that one. We got Siege, but I don't know if we want to talk about Siege.
Siege, they had a forfeit win. They won
we
their
take
first
those.
week by forfeit. But yeah, and their second, they have a game tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was gonna say
September
our next
20.
segment is
Yeah.
CS:GO. We can
So
do
before-
a couple of we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we round off the NACE, I just want to mention that all of our academy teams, they compete in Varsity Plus. Most, if not all of them, they compete in Varsity Plus, which is the secondary lead to Varsity Premier. And they'll be starting all of their games September 29th, or next week, I believe. So CS's B team plays on the 29th. Other B teams, other academy teams play in that week. So stay tuned because we'll hopefully get some of their games streamed. Show some love to our academy players. With that being said, we got a little bit of time for some playtime, some fun little games before we round out this podcast. Mr. Producer, let's get this one going. So, welcome to Guess the Price. Counter-Strike skins. I don't know how many hours.
sir.
How many hours do you have in CS?
I have played maybe 5 hours total.
Banger.
Maybe like 20 to 40.
Okay, well you run 8 times the laps around him. But
Let's
basically,
go.
for episode 3, we're gonna be doing this little game where we see a skin, we guess the price, we discuss it a little bit, and then the producer revealed it to us, and then hopefully we have a little bit of fun along the way. Maybe we're gonna be right. I'll be honest, I play CS a lot. I don't really know prices of skins. I don't keep tabs on the market, so this is gonna be interesting for all 3 of us. Without further ado, let's get this one on the road. First skin, Gunganir, Factory New. So you guys are familiar with like tiers of skins like Fat New, Minware.
Wait,
Even though it's factory
not at
new,
all.
the skin is
No.
trash. Doesn't go for much.
What?
Yeah, it's probably like a blue tier, like $20.
$20.
Easily, yeah.
I
Okay.
think it
Garbage.
looks like
It's fire.
somewhat decent.
It has a lot of like embossment, a lot of
think
detail
looks
to it, right?
decent. I would say like, well, shoot, I should probably be the one guessing first because I know absolutely nothing.
So
I don't know
just-
either.
Oh, you don't?
No, I
Okay.
don't.
Just to
I don't.
clarify, for the wear, it's factory new, minwear, field tested, well worn, and battle scarred. And obviously, if factory new will be cleaner, it will be nicer. And so if it's battle scarred, it will have a lower price for the same skin than fat new,
If
right?
that's the case, I want to say 50.
$50,
I changed mine's 500.
500. All right.
What?
Anyone want to go any
So
higher?
high.
This is the only one of the set that I've seen, so I won't spoil it for you guys. But Josh is on the right track with going a little bit higher. So anyone, final guess going once, going twice for this?
I feel like he's a little too high though. I'm gonna say 325.
325.
325.
325 locked in. What's your lock in?
600.
600 locked in. Mr. Producer, the grand reveal. $12,411.79.
What?
So let me just give a little bit of backstory before we go on to the next one. So in CS, there's cases and then there's collections. And collections are more limited. They're like map specific. They only get dropped every now and then. This is a part of a collection, and it is the highest tier skin of that collection. Fact new. This is the stuff that you put like quad high tier sticker combos on. Like this is a literally high tier skin.
Damn.
It doesn't come in stat track, so the fact new is the best you can get, and it comes in souvenir, I think. But basically, CS skins have inflated so much since CS2 came out. This would have been maybe $6,000 a few months ago. But yeah, 12,000. You guys are completely wrong. But that's the only one I know.
God,
so hopefully,
12,000
yeah, that's
off.
not a blue. That's not a blue. That's a red. It goes blue, purple. Am I dumb?
Damn.
Pink and then red, and then yellow for knife and stuff.
Damn. I unboxed a knife one time.
Really, what knife?
Well, no, it was like the yellow tier, but it was gloves.
Yeah. Oh, what gloves? Do you remember?
The blue polygon gloves.
Damn, that's a pretty nice. Did
Yeah.
you sell them or something? Buy some
I
Steam
gave them to
games?
my cousin.
Wow, what a generous guy.
Yeah.
You're getting extra points in heaven for that one. Mr. Producer. Mr. Producer. Oh, no. Wait, Katowice 2014. What's that doing on there? I don't know. So, Sport Loves, Pandora Bots. What wear is this? Factory New. I know this one. I don't know it, but I know the price range. So, purple.
Pandora's box is good. I've heard that.
Let's just say they go with some of the highest tier knives in the game because the purple.
Oh
You
my
put them with black pearls. You put them with Dopplers. You put them with even
gosh.
sapphires if you want. Fact New. What are you thinking?
You can
3, 2, 1,
first,
go.
Tyler.
1,000?
Yeah.
All right. Mr.
Boy,
Joshua
you think it's a Tesla worth?
No,
You think that's
okay,
a Tesla,
okay,
dude?
So for some reference, the best skin in the game, aka Case Harden, Fact New, best pattern, blue everywhere. I think the Karambit is like 1.5 million.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I
some
think it's
skins
crazy.
literally go into the hundreds of
Yeah.
thousands, and there's multiple like that. So I won't say that you're too far off, but you're on the right track, I'd say. So JosherSquasher, final opinion, thoughts? How much would you pay for this?
4.4 grand.
4.4 grand, 40,000. All right, a factor of 10. I'm gonna put in my hat in the ring. I think they're like 20,000 maybe. Fact New, Mr. Producer, are we locked in?
Yeah.
All right, let's see it. 56.
What?
$50,000. That's crazy.
These are you buy at
That's
the.
actually close.
You do like lawn work in those, dude. It's
No.
like- Come on.
Bro, they're Fact New. You don't touch them. You don't take them out of the case until you
Dude.
use them, right?
No way.
Wait, so if
That's
you actually
crazy.
start using them,
No, it doesn't. It doesn't wear them down.
Okay.
If they're unboxed Fact New, they stay Fact New.
Okay.
Damn, I didn't know they were that much. But like, it made
Damn.
sense because you pair them with like some of the like a Karambit Sapphire or something, right? Those are disgustingly expensive. I don't know why Katowice would say 2014 was on there, but that's okay. Hey, it happens. Well, GG go next, right?
Yeah. We probably have time for like 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, we got time.
Because they didn't have gloves back then in 2014.
Gloves were
right?
2017.
Oh, okay,
2017, end of 2017. Mr. Producer, Dual Berettas, Cobra Strike, Factory New. Thoughts, questions, concerns? What are you guys thinking?
I want to say they're not that great though. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna go after Tyler goes.
No, I went. Wait, did I go first last time?
I'll say this. Take this into consideration. These are dualies which traditionally don't get used much. So that also factors into the price, right?
I'm gonna say 1,000, just because
1,000.
factory no.
Yeah.
$30.
$30? All right. I'm going to hit you guys with a clean like 50 cents, all right?
What?
They are factory new though.
They are factory. They're clean. $53? That's crazy.
Let's go,
Hey,
I
you
got
were pretty
one.
yeah,
Let's
we were pretty close. That's
go.
What did you say?
I'm
Just a
so
little
used
bit
to
off.
everything being in the thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have no frame of reference, so this is great. $53. That surprised me, you know?
There's still a little color change on them.
Yeah, that's pretty clean. You can put some stickers on it, get a nice combo. All right, Mr. Producer, let's go next one. Oh, this one I know. Butterfly Knife, Marble Fade, Factory New.
Yeah, no, that's like at least in the 100,000s.
Yeah?
I want to say
Damn.
150.
150,000. What do you think, Josh?
Factory new and marble fade. Isn't the fades like super rare?
No. So fades can get dropped from a case just like any other knife, but it's just it's the same probability. You can get a safari mesh knife or you can get a marble fade knife. The only things that have special probabilities are like diamond or emeralds, sapphires, because those have to be a Doppler, and then they also have to be also have to hit like a 1 in 100 chance to be ruby or something. So this is more like on the you can unbox a knife, and it's in the pool of knives you can get, right?
Okay.
So
Let's go with 149,000.
149,000.
Yo.
Just to beat
I think this is about 2,500 TBH. Mr.
Okay,
Producer.
see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That right?
I beat Tyler.
Yeah.
I saw a knife. I was like, Factory
Damn.
new.
No, dude,
It's up there.
There
It's
are
up there.
there are knives that go for $100. There are knives that go, like I said, like $1 million, right? But it just all depends on like the wear, the skin, the actual knife. It's a lot of factors, and it's always changing.
Yeah.
I think we got time for a few more. Let's keep rolling on. Maybe we can get 2 or 3 more out. Have a little bit more fun. Oh, you spoiled that one. That's rough.
Ooh.
Up photos, factory new. I'll give you guys a hint. This is a purple skin, and it was it's like chroma case or something like that.
$200.
$200.
Let's say. What do you say? 200?
Yeah, because there's minimal color change on it, and it looks like a construction worker's op. It's like, I don't
Rose
know.
pulling up to the site.
I'm gonna say 300.
I'm gonna hit you guys with $70,
Yeah.
Mr. Producer. So we locked in.
Yeah.
Forgot
You guys
what I
cool with that?
said.
You
$1.
$1.
Wait. Yo, that's crazy.
Damn, that match hold those blue gloves from
$1. Would you pick
earlier.
this up for $1? Would you use
No.
that for $1? Would
No.
you use it for
I
$0?
wouldn't use it.
Really?
It's trash.
Yeah.
I kind of
That
see.
would-
I'm a guy that likes like either like all black or all white.
Okay.
So it's like I kind of like it.
We're
Yeah.
in black and white. I guess
Yeah.
we're in
I
line.
am.
Sweet. Well, $1.62.
Not a very colorful guy.
Maybe with our manager income we can buy a few of those, right? All right, let's keep it moving along. Oh my God! Do you guys know this?
No.
Yeah, those are super expensive.
This is literally like the second best sticker in the game. iBuyPower Hollow Katowice 2014, infamous. Tyler, take it away.
Oh, dude, I don't. You go first.
I want to say like 20,000.
All right, pretty solid.
I'm not gonna lie. Before you said that, I was thinking 27,000.
Wow,
Really?
you guys are
Okay.
on the same wavelength, right?
Yeah, those things. Because when they're on the gun, they look super clean.
Yeah. They're literally like up there with the Titan Hollow. This is literally like the most iconic sticker in CS.
So what is it?
Is there history behind it? Why it's iconic?
Okay.
I buy
what?
power is a.
So Katowice 2014 is known for their traditionally really good, like they were the first good-looking stickers, right? iBuyPower, if you guys have heard of this, well, obviously you have, but in 2014 they were a part of a match fixing scandal with their NA roster in a qualifier, right? And so in doing so, they had the stickers in the game, but then their team got canned. Like all of their players got like life banned or something for trying to match fix. So this team is no longer in the game. This is the only iBuyPower sticker.
Is it the Brax roster?
Yeah, it was the Bratz roster.
Oh,
Steel,
okay.
Bratz, some other players. I think AZK was on it. Sladoodle was on it, and he's a major winner. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but he didn't get implicated. So 20,000,
27.
27, 65,000,
Damn.
89,000.
Wow.
And that's just for one. And when you put a sticker on a gun, it loses value. You can expect to get anywhere from 10 to 50% of the sticker value back on the skin, depending on the combo and whatnot. So, yeah, $90,000. You guys want to buy like a really nice car with that? There's only the capsules are in such limited supply.
dang.
There's only double-digit capsules left, and there's even less unapplied iBuyPower stickers.
Jesus.
Yeah, that
Wow.
inflates the price, of course. Let's go to one more. Let's round it off on a high note. I really hope it's Titan Hollow. My day is ruined. Glock 18 Fade, factory new.
Oh, it's like $10.
$10?
I was gonna say 20.
$20. All right, you guys locking that in? Any
No,
discussion on that?
$7.
I think it's like 500 maybe.
Really?
Yeah. Fades are in high demand, man. And this is admittedly a bad picture of the fade, but a good fade that will increase because depending on the amount of like purple and stuff. If this gray part weren't here and the fade were completing the skin, it'd be even higher, right? So like more purple, more pink, more yellow. The more purple and pink,
Oh.
it increases the price, and like the seed for the skin depends. It determines that. So we got what? $7. We got $10. I said
Yeah.
500. Mr. Producer, grand reveal, please. 1,500.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, it's an OG skin. It's been in the game for some time, and
Dang.
because it's like a everyone uses the Glock, right? And because the fade is a very desirable pattern, that's sort of why, I guess. I really don't know why. I thought it was in the hundreds, but hey, we take those, right? Well, you got one right. You were really on the
Yeah.
nail for one. I don't even know what you were smoking, man.
In Rocket League, we have two expensive. We have Alpha Boost, which is like the gold boost, and we
Mhm.
have a white hat. Those are our two expensive items in the thousands. Besides that, there's nothing. So this is crazy.
Yeah, CS
Yeah.
is like the game for like high tier. Like there's a bunch of like Chinese investors that just put hundreds of thousands of dollars into it just because
Dang.
you're like, oh, I want the lowest float butterfly knife ruby or something like that, right? But yeah, skins are really interesting. Hopefully you guys can play a bit more CS, maybe on bots, another pair of gloves or something. That'd be pretty
Maybe.
awesome. Hey, Wayne Gretzky, you missed 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
Yes.
Take it to heart. With that being said, I think we're going to wrap it all up. We've sort of hit all the marks we wanted to hit. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we sign out for the day?
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, cheer for us this weekend for CRL quals. We're gonna try our best, see what we can do, do some damage.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say, JosherSquasher?
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell Tyler to rotate better.
Oh, get
Bro,
on him, man.
Bro, anyways.
Like, I can coach you if you need it.
Anyways.
Wow.
Bro.
Some infighting going on.
I'm joking, Tyler. Don't
Yeah,
hate
off
me.
the
Anyway.
Tyler, I was
Take
just
it off
joking.
the podcast. Take it to the
I
back.
know.
His
man.
mechanics
You're
are
never
actually
being
better than
invited.
mine. I'm not even joking. His mechanics
Really?
are better. Yeah.
His brain just isn't there.
He has a brain.
Oh.
It's just,
He said that so despairingly, man.
sorry.
Well, with
My bad.
brainless Tyler and JosherSquasher, who has bad mechanics, we'll sign off for the day, guys. Thank you, Mr. Producer, for producing. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, GMU Esports, for hosting this and allowing us to do this. Thank you guys for tuning in, and catch us next week. We'll be same time, same place. Don't go anywhere, same stream. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And that's all she wrote. Thank you guys for coming out, and I guess we'll wrap it up. Have a good day, guys.